Hello, gorgeous. It's only me here with an analysis of a singer that I don't know and that truly no one knows because she chooses to remain anonymous. aaaall is a 22-year-old Japanese music sensation posting vocaloid-inspired music works on the internet. Now, for those of you like me 5 minutes ago who didn't know what vocaloid means, it's essentially a software where you can put lyrics in and other musical ideas, and it will synthesize a vocal performance for you. aaaall, since she was a teeny-weeny bambini, has been teaching herself to sing by listening to these literal superhuman voices, meaning then that her standards for the entire time that she's been learning to sing have been completely and unrealistically high. I cannot possibly predict what we're going to hear today. In case this is your first time nestling with us in this beautiful, safe place on the internet, then welcome. I'm Lolli. I'm a vocal person. I teach people how to sing. And the thing that I like to do as your fairy voice mother is analyse the best singers in the entire world and explain how it's done. So you can try it too. So if we can all agree that that is how we would like to spend the next 15 minutes or so of our lives, then let's go. Ooh. My goodness. This is so musically dense and interesting. My God, I wasn't expecting something so exciting. This, musically speaking, is very much unraveling and then being wound up again. The way that she's choosing to sing this so broken is as if she's wound herself up and she's trembling and tremoring, and then it kind of lets loose musically, and then when it sort of gathers itself again, she brings in this delicate vocal performance again. And it really is giving me the sense of its instability, therefore being prone to an unravelling. And I've just found the lyrics here, and of course the translation's not going to be perfect, but it does say things like, I'm breaking down and shaking round in the world helplessly. This vocal performance is reflecting something very fragile and tremblesome. Wow. What an intense, emotion-led vocal display of excellence that was. My goodness me. Before we break this down, could we just have a brief moment to appreciate those light-up lollipops and the cuteness of which the crowd is using them? That's just, oh my God, that's so lovely. All right, so first of all, I'm going to tell you what techniques she's using vocally. And then I'm going to tell you something very specific that I can hear that she's doing, which not only sounds amazing, but is extremely useful in ensuring that all of these vocal techniques are allowed to come out and are allowed to do so accurately, despite being so drastically different. So she kicks off that chorus with a beautiful use of force-fold distortion, brought in with this like tongue trill that is probably part of the language. preceded by that lovely big breath to help her, give her the kind of cushiony support to fuel that distorted belt note without needing to do it from the throat. And it also happened on a little a pitch bend up. What you're essentially doing is allowing your vocal folds to have a little bit of a run up, because the pitch of the voice is dependent on how fast the vocal folds vibrate. So you can imagine if we go we give them a chance to gradually get faster, as opposed to being like ta-da! But that's not the thing that I was telling you about. The cool thing, that's another thing. We've got soul-shatteringly beautiful, strong belt sounds, and then we've got transitions to mode 2, which is the thing that she does also equally as beautifully. Quickly followed by the exact same melody, but strong. As strong as she did this other stuff. That contains the secret ingredient that I'm gonna reveal to you now. Skid open! These little breaks that you hear in there are basically allowing her vocal folds to have a little moment where they stretch out nice and thin, and it's a little break from such an intense load on the vocal folds. She's sitting it in so comfortably from the and not being like sort of gentle slip into it. I love her already. I'm not saying that this is the only way to sing lots of higher strong notes consistently, but it is a very, very beautiful way to do it. It just means that you can get an uncompromisingly strong performance, because if you had to sing this entire strong belty section without these little breaks, what would happen is the vocal production would just have to get a little bit lighter in general, so you might have a little bit of a thinner quality. But yeah, that's super lovely. To have this amount of control at 22 is absolutely wild. Okay, we will just stand over. Before we address the scream elephant in the room, I just wanted to take a moment for blatant dissonance, because it's not so common that we hear it, and it happens. Here. Ah! That was so... Ah! It really was exhilarating. Oh my god, she's cool. Okay, so... When you play the closest two notes together on the piano, because the vibrations are happening at such a similar speed, but not quite the same, that's why you get what we call dissonance, where it sounds like something's off, because your ears really want to hear that vibration at the same frequency, but instead it's getting two really similar ones. Ah! And then when there's enough space in between them, we get something more harmonious, basically. It's ugly, but ugly is beautiful sometimes. Oh my god. Hello, it's a different day, and I've decided to retreat to a soundproof room because it's the first time ever on the channel that I think these screams are so gnarly that if I try them with neighbours, they might phone the police. On investigating them deeper, as I've been sitting here doing now, it is so much more impressive even than I realised on first listen, because you've got this ujakine situation. It goes clean, fry scream, growl, And then you've got the lyrics in English, unraveling the world at the absolute peak of unravelment, in my opinion. Okay, so you run up to, I'm quite nervous to try it. So you run up to it on a growl, I think, and then it sort of disperses a little bit into a fry scream. But we need to find the right amount of compression so that it's not overdone or underdone. I think that was a bit closer. It is a fry scream, I suppose, but not exclusively. There's a lot more going on there. There's other tissues vibrating. It's much more primal than just a sort of, wow. Yeah, it's a lot gnarlier than that because of the way that it runs up through the growl and then just opens and then it sort of just stiffens after. That's raw and wild. Okay, love you, bye. It's been so eye-wateringly beautifully done by her here, because the lyric translation is I can't move, I can't move, I can't move, and her vocal folds have essentially got stiffer and stiffer and stiffer as she's sung that line over and over and over again. As in they can't move, literally. Whether she knows that anatomically or whether it just feels like the right thing to do, or she's so divinely connected to her voice that she just stops it moving properly as she's singing those words, it's equally as stunning. I'm so stunned by that physical commitment to the artistry. It's so incredible. I read that she chooses to keep her identity hidden because she just does not want to be physically associated with the music at all, and she wants the music to speak for itself and to sort of have interchangeable visual graphics depending on the message of the song, as I imagine a lot of her songs are super different because she's so versatile she can. And although part of me would love to see her face and put an image to such incredible artistry, I also respect it so much because it is having that desired effect that she wanted. I am entirely immersed in the music and I am able to sort of create images in my own head of what this looks like from my perspective. It's kind of the difference between reading a book and watching the movie. That divides people, doesn't it? Whether you should read the book and imagine it or watch the movie and have it all laid out for you. But it's such a bold artistic choice, one that also Sleep Token have made, and I respect it deeply. It's also a staggering feat of emotional maturity in someone so young as well. It's intense. Wow, that is so... Oh, there's not much left. Me. There was a real moment there where I was completely transported to the point where I had no words and I had no opinions, just complete awe. And that is a special thing that she did to me. So I thank her for that. That was really transcendent. Just seen the date here. So if she's 22 now, she was 20 when she did this. The reason I keep going on about her age, by the way, is that the voice doesn't actually stop blooming until you're about 25. So it's still growing. And when your voice is still growing, just like when the rest of our body is growing, it's a little bit more vulnerable. So the fact that she's able to transition between techniques and support and the best level imaginable, and her voice might not even be fully developed at the time, it definitely isn't. It blows my mind. There seems to be a correlation between these pitchless screams and a high note coming before them. By stretching them out, making them stiff the way that she's done, has allowed her to completely shake the etch sketch, if you like, showing my age there. You need to make sure that when you're trying all of this, that it feels like it's all happening higher than where your voice is. So if you just try a note, like, and then you sort of see if you can drive other stuff over the top of it. So a drill just like this. And just see what you can come up with. Anything goes as long as it's above your voice and it's not making you cough. And then what you can do is refine it down and isolate different parts of the vocal apparatus. But I do think at first you just need to make sure that you're comfortable with the idea of flapping things above your actual voice. I'm so happy that this lady exists because she is an icon and a champion of extreme vocal use in genres that are not metal, and I am a huge advocate of that, because maybe, gorgeous human with a voice, you're supposed to use your voice in a completely wild way that not many people are doing. And extreme vocals have been really kept in this box of, oh, don't touch that, that's for all of the druggies and devil worshippers. And it's really in my opinion. We all have all of these tissues that I'm talking about. We can all use them in this way, because here we have a young lady expressing very relatable themes of feeling stuck and anxious and mad at the world. Super relatable and super accessible, and really starting something spectacular for the world to be inspired by. And as I still haven't found my oracle cards, I will leave you with this message. Exceptional things likely will take an exceptional amount of time to develop, and there isn't really a fast track. You have to go through it. You have to give yourself the time you need. You might be encouraged or pressured to hurry things up or cut corners in things that you're working on in life to just get something quicker. But then if you do choose to cave under that pressure, know that the result is not going to be as exceptional as you're capable of. We all need to find that line between giving ourselves the time that we need and not suffering a crippling sense of perfectionism where we never get anything done. But the point of this message is, I suppose, don't be disheartened and don't give up. If you know in your heart that you're working on something that's going to take you a long time, like using 87 vocal techniques in one song, if your intuition is telling you that it's the right thing to do, and if it's something that you really believe in, then that voice is a lot truer than both those voices inside your head that tell you you're not enough and the voices of people around you that have no idea what wonderful things you're capable of. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Do let me know all of your suggestions down below in the comments of spectacular musical feats of wonder like this for me to analyse with you. And also, as I am going to Japan next month on my own for such a long time, if there are any suggestions that you have of things that I should do there, then let me know. I want to film some stuff while I'm there as well. Have a beautiful day. I love you bunches, and I cannot wait to see you again here next time. Bye! Okay, what the actual has happened to my keyboard? Why is it? I'm going to see if I can access an English version of the lyrics. I just typed in unraveling instead of unravel. I'm such a boomer.